Hi, chat. Giggles and smiles. This is not what I wanted. Delete. We are going to do screen size and we are gonna have fun. We are going to do something very silly today. Let me open my laptop so I can read chat. Giggles so I can read chat. I love reading chat, guys. Okay. Hi, guys. How silly of you. Yes. Wait. Okay. Guys, if anyone requests any... Do you watch Object Show? Yes, I do! Yes. Well, actually, kinda. I used to. It's not a new OC. It's Ravi's new design. Ravi got a redesign if you didn't see oh my god, I can't talk. If so, what's your... I don't really watch object shows. I said yes because my brain was dead. Let's see. What was this song? Look, don't touch. It was this. And I needed to look at a pose that they did. It was this pose. It was something like that. How do I do that pose? Help. I need to get this goober. Let me get Gummy's ref. Where is Gummy? There's Gummy. Hi. Why there's so many new people? What the flip? Where's all these new people coming from? Help. So many sillies. I'm struggling, help. I saw to you a while ago. Oh! There's so many, like, new people. What the flip? I do not like this at all. Why does it look so ugly? I do not like this. I'm doing a different drawing. Forget this. I'm having art block. What should I draw? I could do this. No, it's not. It looked yucky. I'm just gonna do a regular backgroundless drawing, maybe. Meow. Art block is bad. That looks silly, gra. Thank you. I deleted it though. I can't let go. Girl, you really got my soul. I can't let go. Girl, you really got my soul. That's not a lot. I make the hair too big. That's the problem. Meow. Okay. Do you like telling? I just listen to whatever music I want to listen to. I don't really have a specific, like, music group I listen to apart from, like, AJR. And then Hatsune Miku. Meow. I listened to Lorinda. I've listened to a few of the songs. Silly! Hi, Silly.
Little bro, what you doing?
Hi, Bean. Bean, stop scratching my legs. You know what? Fine, get up here. Sorry, guys. My dog is interrupting me. Bean. Hi, every pony.
Hi!
Okay. Dated. Bean, stop. Bean, you just jumped. Let's see. Meow. Let's go put some stuff in the background. I'm gonna mute this, then I'm gonna go to, let's put MSA. Oh my god, they just posted.
If you think you had a bad relationship with your mom, wait until you hear my story. But
Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
also, we've got some super cool MSA merch.
I'm
talking awesome bottles and notebooks, perfect for your daily grind.
I already bought the bottle, guys. I already got the bottle.
My mother hadn't. Literally, her first words when I was born were, "Not now." She was so absent in my life that when I was a kid, I used to believe that my nanny was my mom. Mama, I love you. Oh, no, sweetie. I'm not your mom, but good luck with that. She was almost never at home, and when she was, she spent the whole
Meow.
time on her phone or engrossed in her
Ads, am I right?
It's really late. Can you come in? I can't. Criminals don't sleep, kid. I have to take care of the city. Mom, for the last time, you're not Batman. No, she wasn't, but we were as rich as him. My mom was a hotshot judge who dealt with high-profile celebrities.
Hazel! Gay month.
Celebrity. So we lived in a huge house, and she drove a shiny Rolls Royce. My childhood was like a big winning streak. Fancy gadgets.
Too short.
Check. Anything to mute the tiny human. Private visits to the planetarium and zoo. Check. Are you sure I can't just leave her here? That's the lion's cage. Is that a no? Despite the money, my life was far from being great. I didn't want expensive toys. I just wanted my mom to give me a little attention. So, since I was a kid, I tried to get it any way I could. Let's just say I was a bit of a troublemaker. One time, when I was visiting mom at
Silly
work, I got bored of
guy.
finger painting and went to her office, which was strictly off limits to me. You can probably guess what happened next. I took my finger brushes and turned her aesthetic office into a huge four-dimensional twister board. She didn't yell at me at that time, but I did hear her scream at the nanny who was supposed to be looking after me. I told you never to lose sight of her. You're fired. A few years later in school, this girl was breaking into some teacher's
Let's
office.
see.
To shuffle through everything.
It's gay month.
Her shoelaces were untied.
Yes,
I walked into the
we
office
love
to
gay.
warn her. Hi, your shoelaces. When she heard my voice, she got so scared that she jumped out the window. She dropped some papers, and I grabbed them. Turns out they were math exams. At that exact moment, the teacher came back from lunch. Oops. Next thing I knew, I was invited to the head teacher's VIP lounge, and Mom arrived, giving me the side eye. Mom, you're not gonna believe what happened. You're right, I won't. So save it. I only got like a 2-day suspension. But either way, my mom decided to take me out of that school and put me into a much stricter one. To make me a responsible adult. Before my first day at my new school, she told me,
Scruff!
"This is your last chance." I didn't know exactly what she meant, but I knew my mom hated having to deal with the problems I created. So I figured that all I had to do was stay out of trouble. Easy, right? Well, not really. Staying out of trouble meant not having any fun. And it's not like I had anyone
I'm
to spend time with.
suffering.
Of course, I always wanted a sibling, but I never had one. What about friends, you might be wondering? Well, I guess I wasn't exactly popular at my new school, but it was not my fault. The school my mom sent me to was very prestigious and traditional for boring, wannabe perfect rich kids. So, my reputation was not the perfect hook for new friendships. I tried at least to make one friend, but each kid there was either completely afraid of me or so boring. My last hope was Laura, the resident brainiac of our class. She knew every answer and loved going to school. Although, weirdly, sometimes she'd have a couple of days off and never looked sick. Don't get me wrong, she's as dull as ditch water, but for some mysterious reason, I like her. Not that it was mutual. We were paired together in science class, but it was like an experiment gone wrong. Please, I can't be with her. I can't get into trouble. Come on, we're gonna have fun. I tapped her on the shoulder to encourage her, but that made her drop the test tube she was holding. Luckily, it wasn't that toxic. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was really toxic, and the school had to be evacuated. I was really trying to stay out of trouble, but trouble seemed to chase me. Outside the school, while we were waiting for the men in suits to take care of the hazard, the boy started to pick on Laura with his little drone. He kept flying it closer and closer to her. Laura covered her head and threw herself to the ground while everyone laughed. Stop! Leave me alone! He didn't, so I had to step up for my new friend. I picked up this big stone and threw it at the drone. But turns out my aim is not that good, as I bullseyed it into the head teacher's car window. When my mom found out that I had started a chemical disaster at school and vandalized a teacher's car on the same day, she was absolutely furious. Let's go. When we get home, you are going to start packing. Packing? Where are we going? We are not going anywhere. You are going to boarding school. I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. Mom, no, stop. Let me explain. There was this drone, and I tried to defend my friend Laura, and stop lying for once. You're out of control, and I'm on the biggest case of my career. You need someone who can straighten you out. Then, just like Voldemort when you said his name, someone interrupted our discussion. Hi, I'm sorry. I couldn't help it over here. I'm Laura's mother, Kelsey's friend. Great, she's gonna defend me. I can take her in if you want. I'm a specialist in child behavior. What? This must be a joke. Spoiler warning? It wasn't. I'm sure I can turn your little Kelsey into a perfect student, like my Laura. I looked at Laura, and she looked at me with some despair, as if she was trying to tell me something without speaking. She subtly shook her head. What is it? She wants me to go to the bathroom? So, what do you say? It sounds Sounds ideal. Before I could protest, my mom had already arranged to pay a generous sum of money to straighten me out. I was immediately shipped to Laura's
Wait,
house.
I'm like being super quiet. Oh my god, there's a lot of people in the chat.
Bye to my mother.
I am so sorry if I'm being quiet. I'm so concentrated, help.
Wrong. This can't get any worse. Okay.
Why are we talking about the moon? Are we talking about minions, guys? Half joking.
Right? Well, trust me, it wasn't. It was much worse. Let me spill the tea on Laura's parents. The dad was never there, always working, just like mom did. I didn't think I saw him even once. The worst part, he was the good parent there because Laura's mom, she didn't love. If my mom had a cold heart,
Let's see the tail.
Lights out at 7 p.m. Breakfast 5:30 a.m. sharp. Then it's silent study until school. Silent study? Talking unless invited means losing privileges. After school, it's silent study again until dinner. When can I use my phone? Breakfast 4:30 a.m. tomorrow. Wait, what? But 3:30 a.m. for both of you. Then I saw Laura with her finger over her lips, desperately trying to get me to shush. Hand me your phone. All social networks are completely banned. What? I can't miss my daily dose of MSA. I need to get out of here, and fast. I thought being Laura's roommate would help in devising an escape plan, but to my surprise, Laura was used to this. She can't starve us whenever she wants. Shush, she'll hear. She has supersonic hearing. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Breakfast at 2:30 a.m. tomorrow. Darn. In the next couple of days, things went from bad to worse. I tried to talk to Laura in science class. Can't you see how wrong this is? Kelsey, please, don't make it any worse. I was actually considering trying to get used to that new lifestyle. But then Laura's mom took it too far. I had been studying for an age, and quick note, wow, it's amazing what you soak up when you actually study. But anyway, I needed soda, and Laura gave me a death stare when I snuck out of our room. When I got to the kitchen, all the cupboards and fridge were locked with Fort Knox level security. Then I was caught red-handed. No wonder your mother gave you away. Hey, don't bring my mom into this. She couldn't deal with you anymore, so she quit on you. I couldn't stand her anymore. Shut up, you meanie. Maybe I didn't say meanie. You are not going to disrespect me in my own house. To the study room for the night. The study room was an extremely small room where she sent us when we misbehaved. I had to spend the night there. I tried to sleep using a book as a pillow, but I couldn't stop thinking about mom. I had to go see her.
This is child abuse. What the flip?
Sure that she loved me, and that she'd take me back if she knew the truth. One day, I managed to cut school and get to our house, but apparently she had moved. When I snuck back to school, the principal was waiting for me. Hi, Kelsey. Laura saw you leave. That little goody two-shoot snitch. Your foster mom's waiting in my office. Oh boy, I made up my mind. You and your other students shouldn't have to deal with this. She'd be better off homeschooled. The thought of being locked up all the time in that house with her was truly scarier than any horror movie ever. No, I'll be good. I mean, I am good. I swear. Of course, my vote didn't count. From then on, I wasn't allowed to leave the house. It's the only way to keep you from trouble. How on earth is she qualified to foster kids? I tried to lay low while I came up with a brilliant plan to escape for good. Still thinking, what is this? What did I do now? Surprisingly, this time, she wasn't yelling at me. She was furious with Laura. You got a B+? It's the day I felt dizzy. I don't care about your excuses. You know where to go. Laura headed straight to the study room. I was still angry at her for ratting me up, but after she spent the whole day there, I started getting worried. I decided to sneak her some food. I'm going to get help to escape. I may need to cause a distraction. Are you out of your mind? Just leave me. Laura, you don't deserve this. My mom will take us both. If she knows the truth, she'll be so happy to have me back. Laura remained silent and refused the food. After 2 days of being locked in the study room, Laura was released. I guess that explains her absences from school. Sometime later, I asked her how she was able to stand so much time locked up in there without losing her mind. I just draw things on the wall and time goes by. As you can see, things in that house were absolutely crazy. Finally, some days later, my ticket to freedom presented itself. My mom was out somewhere, and all the windows and doors were on lockdown, but I managed to break one like a superhero. First, I went to school to tell them what was going on, but let me tell you, being a hero is a thankless job. The head teacher looked at me like I was pitching a school play on Mars. Let me call your foster mom. With my superhero escape plan foiled, I had no choice but to step out the window quickly. Next destination, the police station. Go, now, or I'll have you arrested for wasting police time. I seriously must have one of those faces. Nobody believes me. There was only one person who could save saved me and Laura, my mom. I ran to the court, stayed low, and waited hours until I saw her getting out of a fancy car. Wow, she has bodyguards now? I did my best to get her attention. Mom, hi! Mom! Mom! But it was useless. She didn't notice I was there. Some things never change. When she disappeared inside the building, I snuck into the place.
I'm so
No one
tired.
recognized me. Soon, I found Mom. She was in court with her gray wig on and in the middle of a trial. I decided to wait until the trial was over to avoid interrupting her work. I knew she hated that more than anything else in the world. See, I can be a good girl. However, it was all so boring. It was so obvious that the guy with the mobster tattoos who appeared on the tapes was the bad guy. And there was no plot twist. After a while, I just fell asleep. Waking up at 4:30 in the morning was too hard for me. A little later, someone grabbed me by the arm and woke me up. I thought it was my mom, but when I opened my eyes, to my shock, it was Laura's mom. Come on, your mom spotted you and told me to get rid of you. She did see me? Can't you understand that she doesn't want you anymore? Laura's mom tried to silently pull me out of the courtroom, but I let go and hopped up on one of the seats. Mom, you gotta help me. Laura's mom is a psycho. Everyone turned to look at me. She forces us to study all day, and when we're bad, she locks us in a tiny room. You have to believe me. Please, Mom, I love you. Mom looked at me in embarrassment, showing no hint of compassion. I'm sorry, everybody. My daughter is a troublemaker, addicted to lies. I should have sent her to boarding school. I could hear my heart breaking. I knew my mom was mad at me, but at that moment, I understood that she didn't love me, not even a little bit. Laura's mom grabbed my arm again to pull me out of there. This time, I didn't resist. I was completely defeated. But right at that moment, Kelsey is telling the truth. Everything she said is true. Everybody, including myself, now turned to look at Laura, who was standing